Now, people say, nowadays, they say Islam oppresses, suppresses, limits the freedom of women. Women are nothing in Islam. Muslim women, look at them. They say that. However, that's not true. In reality, you can examine how Islam treated women. You can examine that. Let's first go to statistics before we go to how Islam looks at gender differences. Let's first see the modern countries who they claim to be valuing the equality of gender, or even feminists. They say sometimes even woman is better than man. Some feminists. Let's see how their country is, how their society is. I'm going to go to the statistics. Yes. Every 68 seconds, one woman is being raped in the States. Now, we've been here for half an hour. For half an hour, you can calculate, maybe 20 women already face this, this unhumanistic behavior and crime. If a woman is being attacked by a man and raped, that's it. Her life is over. She's going to have that scar in her heart forever. One time, even. Unless, she's a sick person. She invited that. She wanted that. That's a different story. But a decent woman facing that trouble loses her peace. Finished. Some people say, the statistics say every 1 out of 3 women who had this experience contemplate of suicide. They think of killing themselves. They can't just take it. It's too heavy. This pressure of being raped. Every 68 seconds in the States, one woman is being raped. Still now. In the world, every 10 seconds. Put the world together, every 10 seconds, one woman is being raped. Now I'm talking, before I finish my sentence, one woman is being raped in some part of the world. And this is 21st century. Look at the social media. You can find someone, woman can find someone, man can. Even in Western countries, places they can go in, it's unreligious, it's immoral, but yet it's not illegal in many countries. But yet they attack women. Why? What's happening? What's going on? Why governments cannot solve it? Why they cannot solve this problem of rape? In the most modern country like Canada, US, in European countries, Sweden is one of the top countries, highest in rate of rape. Sweden, the highest, one of the highest. I have more numbers here I'm going to share with you. This is a table comparing the rape rate in different countries and the percentage of religious, groups in that country. Let's, for example, the top one, South Africa. The highest rape rate in South Africa. Almost 80% of South Africans are Christians, strict Christians. Yet you have the highest rate of rape. We're going to find why, the reason. And about 15% are non-religious. So 18 plus 80 plus 15, 95% are either Christian or atheist, or not, associated to any religion. Botswana, I think Botswana is in South Africa, again, African continent. Second in rape rate, and almost same, 77% are Christians, 20% of not religious. Come down Australia, 91%. Lesotho, these are again South Africa, 82.68. And Sweden, Bermuda 67, Sweden 63. But you come down a little bit. Come to Muslim countries, Qatar. The rape rate is 1.8. Okay? This is every 100,000 population. In South Africa is 132. In Qatar is 1.8. In Syria, less than 1%. In Egypt, 0.1. 0.1. But in South Africa, 132. That's a big gap. That's unimaginable gap. Why? Why in Syria we have less than 1%? But in European countries like Sweden or Australia, you have such a big rate of rape attack to a woman. Why? There is no reason except the dress code, the morality. There's no other reason, my friend. No other reason. You can't find any other reason. Westerners are not civilized. Who says that? They're very civilized. I'm Middle Eastern. I'm more comfortable with Westerners. I can communicate better. Okay? They have more modern thinking. They have better way of reasoning. The logic. Perfect. But sometimes when I talk to my own countrymen, Iranians, or Turkish, or Arabs, Middle Easterns, I have a little problem of reasoning. Putting, the words together, get a conclusion. To be honest with you. But when I talk to any person who's grown up in Western countries, Europeans, Americans, Canadians, when I talk to them, no matter their skin color, no matter their background, but they are grown up there, they are more logical. To be honest with you, you can say words, they will get the conclusion. But why then this unhumanistic behavior is so common in these countries? Why? Because women in these countries, they attract man more openly. They show off. They don't have dress code. That's one reason. Second, media. The TV shows, the movies and theaters, the books, magazines, the shops selling openly things. Schools. Schools supposed to be the building foundation of the society. Universities, clubs, churches in these countries. You want to go to statistics of Catholic churches, what they do with children, with ladies, even church fathers, Catholic church fathers. You show me a safest place in the European countries in this matter, that a woman is going to be safe there. Prisons, the place they put people in jail so they can, improve their behavior, so they can fix their problems. Even jails are not safe. The jails are even not safe in this matter. Churches are not safe in this matter. There is no dress code, my friend. They don't follow dress code. You show me one Western movie, They don't have this topic of intimacy between man and woman openly expressed. You don't find one movie. It must be, even religious, movies, there must be something, an interaction between man and woman, partially at least. They must have. That's the spice of their movie. That's the attraction of if they don't have that, people won't watch that movie. And you show me one movie, even the same artists, they made from Mother of Jesus, Mary, peace be upon her. Show me one movie that Mary have no hijab, no head covering. They always have. Because they know Mary had head covering. She was Jewish. She was Jew. Up to 50 years ago, in suburban places in Greece, in Russia, in many European countries, all ladies had dress code, at least, covering their body properly. But nowadays, they don't have it. The dress code, the morality is not taken seriously. So that's the only reason we have these crimes in modern countries, but we don't have it in traditional countries, especially in Muslim countries. We don't have it. Is it limitation for women, or is it immunity for society and safety for women? It's immunity for society. For man won't get attracted to someone else's wife, someone else's daughter. And that lady would be safe in that society, respectful and safe. Plus, the man would appreciate and enjoy his own wife at home. You eat in restaurants, out of your house. You think you're going to come appreciate your wife's food and cook? No, you won't. You are full already. You are full. That's natural. That's. Or you smell those foods and you come smell your wife's food. No, you might like that because you're eating every day the same food at home. You're eating that food every day. You want to smell different food, and so you will cut your relations. You will lose your interest to your own wife. That's gonna hurt her. She expects your love. She expects your emotions. That's why she entered the marriage with you, right? But the society invites you to trouble. Society invites you to separate from your wife, invites you to sin because they don't believe in religious morality. They say, as we are animals, you can enjoy the most where you want. If you have more joy in neighbors, go ahead. Do there. Yes, brother.
But in Islamic countries, I think only in Iran and Saudi Arabia, the hijab is mandatory. Like countries which some of those countries like Turkey or Syria or Egypt or United Arab Emirates, especially Turkey and United Arab Emirates, they have the free beach.
Yeah,
men
yeah.
and women go and swim together.
That's right.
So that's what I was thinking. There might not be, right, I don't reject your reason, but there might be other reasons too. For
Of course,
example,
yeah.
The feminism in the Western countries has made the women arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't easily submit to the man. And
Yes, that's a good point.
in
Yes.
Islamic countries, like women are much easier like after the niqab.
Yeah. The teachings of women that when they marry, they have to think of their man's needs. Yes, they have to cooperate with man's needs. But in Western countries, that natural need is looked upon differently. It's not so that the young girls, they get married, they are not educated that they should actually serve their husband in that matter. However, Bible says that you women serve your husband. It says that in the Bible.
A lot lot of them divorce. I heard a very high divorce rate in Canada.
Yeah, there is a lot,
And
yes.
that-
40% of marriages end up separation.
So that leads to the man not getting his needs satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
That might be one reason for them attacking the woman to get him satisfied. Because the woman does not submit.
Yes. The thing is, you see, when we are fasting, we avoid entering kitchen, we avoid entering restaurants. In summer, we avoid, going to ice cream shops. I mean, why you should go if you are fasting, right? You're hungry, you're thirsty. Why you should go look at those foods and open the fridge and close it every time? If the fridge is locked, it's better, right? Lock it, and when it's sunset, Azan says you open your fridge, enjoy your food. It makes sense. Why we vaccinate? Why we vaccinate? So we don't get sick. The morality, moral teachings, and dress code, these are vaccination of society. Personal vaccination helps him and society. So why let's say in Turkey? In Turkey, hijab is not mandatory. Even once in universities, they didn't let ladies with hijab enter university. That was a silly decision. That was very, very unhumanistic, not even unreligious. Unhumanistic action of the Turkish government to not let people with hijab enter university. We don't have this in most of the European countries. In American universities and Canadian universities, we don't have that. Even Japan doesn't have that. But in a Muslim country like Turkey, this was the most silliest decision a Muslim country ever made in the history. Not letting a girl, a student with hijab enter university, Muslim-founded university, right? However, why in the countries which hijab is not mandatory, still the rape rate is so low? Because men are educated by religion. Men are taught by religion that keep your eyes down, don't look at ladies, even if they are not dressed properly. They are your sister. They are your mother. See them as your sister and mother. It's unlawful to look at another lady with an intention, with evil intention. It's sin. You're committing sin. Sin doesn't mean you just drink alcohol and touch and do this. No. Even in mind, you might commit sin because this is religious teaching. So we block the road to greater sins by not looking to ladies. You might look at a lady to know who she is. But if you feel there is an evil intention, turn your face back, turn your eye down because you're committing sin. Okay? This is only religious teaching. Scientifically, it doesn't make sense. Scientifically, if you enjoy seeing a scene, why not look more? Why not keep zooming? Why not get closer? And then why not touch? Why not do this? Why not do that? You're enjoying. That's science. More joy you get, happier you are. That's science. But religion says, no. You must enjoy your own meal. You can't go grab someone else's meal. You have to enjoy your own meal. If her meal, his meal is more colorful, more tasty, focus on your own. Appreciate God for what you have. You have less. But this is what God gave you. You enjoy that. So that person shouldn't show off herself to you. That's called dress code. So there are psychological matters here, social matter here. As I said, there are many aspects of religious teachings to our modern life, even to our modern life. You know, I'm going to give you my own father's example. My own father. Probably, he has never seen a lady without hijab, except his daughters, his mother, his sister, and his own wife, my mother. Maybe. I know him. Maybe sometimes Western movies, those TV movies they show in TV, family movies. On the TV, he has seen. Right? I tell you something. He is 95-year-old now. 95. And my mother is 87. Whenever we take picture, he said, wait. He calls my mom. Come. He puts his arm around my mother's shoulders. He take now. 95 and 87. As if they are just married. You don't see this in Western countries. You don't see that. Who helped him like that to have a happy life? Who? Religion. Religion is not going to hurt societies, modern societies. Religion will bring prosperity and happiness to modern societies. We need religion. They are scaring us from religions. I mean, when I say religion in general, even Buddhism, there is morality in the essence of Buddhism, Hinduism, there is morality, Christianity, Judaism, Islam. However, the most sophisticated religion, the most sophisticated and detailed is Islam. The most compatible religion with modern societies is Islam. Islam is the most compatible religion with today's life. You ask question, you put your finger any part of the Islamic law, I will tell you how it's compatible. And if I don't know the answer, I will definitely find the answer for you. But you don't see it in Buddhism, you don't see it in Christianity, you don't see it in Judaism, you don't see it in many religions. However, they have that essence. They have that essence. Christians don't follow Christianity. Jews don't follow Judaism. Hindus don't follow Hinduism, and so forth. They don't follow it even. Yes, I know, because most of those religions, they are not compatible with today's life. That's the reality. How you can love your enemy? Slaps on your face, you turn other side of your cheek. How you can do that? Have you ever done that? Christian countries, in Middle Ages, Catholic churches who ruled Europe, did they do that? No, they didn't do that. You slap on church father's face, he's going to punch on your face, or he will call police. Right? It's not compatible with with reality. So, religion makes my society safer, peaceful, promotes love and peace. Religion, especially Islam, on top of that. Now, there are interesting points here. I don't know if I should really mention these. What time is it now? 9 o'clock. So, we are almost out of time, but there is lots to talk about, even women and Islam. Lots to talk. Okay? Lots to talk. Let me tell you one example. The only religion, the only ideology said that woman is human being is Islam. No religion, absolutely no religion said that. They never considered woman as human being. Christianity, no. Read what Paul says. Paul says, women is the cause of sin. Women is the initiator of sin. Woman is the path to evilness. Woman has to be quiet and learn in quietness. Do not speak. Obey your husband. As God is head of the church, as God is head of Jesus, and Jesus is head of church, or Jesus is head of man, man is the head of woman. Man is head of woman. In 17th century in Europe, in England, 17th century, we are not talking about old ages, 17th century in England, was the peak of wife selling business. British people, they would sell their wife in the streets, in market. Openly, they would write contract. Okay, I sold my wife to that man get some money. Just like you are selling your livestock, your farm animals. You sell that way. You take the market, people come and look at and like it, they buy it. They would do it in England, 17th century. This is recorded in British history. However, 1400 years ago, in a land called Arabian Peninsula, a man came whose name is Muhammad, peace be upon him. He said, the heaven is under feet of mothers. Heaven is under feet of mothers. This has never said to man, we have to work hard. We have to work hard. Maybe we can enter heaven. Maybe. But mothers, no worries. Heaven comes under your feet. You don't have to go heaven. Heaven comes under your feet. Just like you wanted to fly to Japan. Huh? Imagine a fantasy, a dream, that Japan comes under your feet. Instead of you go Japan. Heaven comes under feet of mothers. This is the status of women and mothers in Islam. Woman owns her own assets. Her own assets. This is only in Islam. No religion has that. No religion, absolutely no religion. Only in Islam, woman is owner and manager of her own assets. She can inherit from her husband, from her father, from her brothers, relatives. But in no other religion, she has the right of inheritance. When she works and earns money, that's hers. It's not her husband's or her father or her relatives' business. That's hers. She doesn't have to share with her family. That's hers, personal asset. But when man works and earns money, that doesn't belong to him. It belongs to family. Because man has to support family financially in Islam. But if wife earns money, that's hers. She doesn't have to support family with that money. She can spend it whatever she likes. She is the richest person, let's say, in the family, but yet the husband must provide her food, her clothing, her place to live. And she has income, that's hers. That's only in Islam. No modern country has such a law that woman earns money, that's hers. Man earns money, that's family's. No country has such a law, only Islam has. But look at the propaganda, look at the media, how they picture women in Islam. It's painful. For us it's painful because they are lying. They're misleading ladies, they're misleading people. So I will finish here. Maybe we can continue another meeting. This topic of women in Islam. The status of women in Islam, inshallah. Any question, any comment?
Nowadays, because of the news,
Because of what? Sorry, what?
the news,
News, yes.
this like the Arabian countries, they get along with Israel and US,
Mm-hmm.
and Iran is on one side, and as you know, Iran is
Politics, yes.
Iran is in the center of Shia. So I get online and I discuss with them, Arab brothers, which are mainly Sunni. I can say most of them do not even consider us Muslims.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons that their leaders get along, and they are confused because they say our leaders are betraying us. They get along with the Zionists and the US. But on the other hand, these prophecies, and when I discuss with them, they call us Ibn Mut'a. They say Mut'a Sigha.
Yeah.
Because you use the women for your enjoyment, temporary marriage. And this is against the karamat of the woman. So this was important for me to ask. But in fact, I saw your class in the website. It says why I am a Shia.
Mhm.
I thought this is discussion about Shia. But your discussion was general, because alcohol is in the Islam
Yes.
disregarded, or hijab is in the Islam disregarded. But so this mut'a is one of my questions.
Sure, sure.
The other question is Mrs. Narges Muhammad, who is a prisoner in Iran.
Yes.
I hear the interview of her last week because she is temporarily released and she is fighting for the right of the women.
Yes.
She said the Qazi, the judge, brought the Qur'an because she's fighting for the equality of the women. She said the Qazi brought the Qur'an. He showed me the ayah. He said, this is the ayah which says the man can have 4 wives. This is the other ayah which says the woman cannot have the equal inheritance with the man. And we cannot pass the text of the Quran. We cannot surpass that as a
May I answer these?
jurisprudence.
Yeah. May I answer these?
Yeah, so that's my question.
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah.
Question that because as you know, during the Middle Ages, one of the main topics of Christian, the Crusaders, against the Muslims was that they were saying they have something is called jurisprudence.
Yeah.
That they change the law of God according to the circumstance. But we as Christians are obeying the Old Testament, the codes which are fixed by God. That was the reason for that.
Yeah, let me tell you. No, let me tell you. The Crusaders.
Is,
Yeah.
Is there a way we can surpass the text of the Quran?
Yeah, let me tell you. Yeah, I got your point. Crusaders' attack to Muslim countries are irrelevant to Muslim jurisprudence or their life. No, it was a war between civilizations. Okay, they just used cross and Jesus' name to attack lands, to take over lands. That's very obvious. It's nothing to do with theology, ideology. They used church. The Pope, he gave this order to kill Muslims, to attack Muslims. You will enter heaven if you do that. That was using religious belief against humanity. We know that. That's nothing to do with what Muslims know. Now, however, let me tell you about, because you brought out a few points. Number one, why woman gets less inheritance than man? Let's say the brother and sister, they lose their parents. And the parents had $1 million, for example, right? How much brother takes and how much mother, how much sister? How much brother takes? Twice, the brother takes twice as girl, right? So they divide in 3 sections, right? 2 parts, 2/3, the brother takes 1/3, sister, right? So the brother has twice as. Why? Why is it so? Because the girl will put in her own pocket. She will put that $300,000 in her own pocket, $330,000. But boy will not put in his own pocket. He will put in his wife's pocket. He will give it to family. He will serve his family. But that lady, that girl, will not serve her family with that money. That's her own asset, as I explained. When man gains money, when man gets money, it doesn't belong to him. It belongs to his family. But when woman gains money, it belongs to her, not family. Let's say man and woman, man goes, works hard outside and brings a few $100 home. What he does? He gives to woman, wife. Spend it for family. He goes next day, brings money, spend it. He goes next day, brings money, spend it. Then his mother dies. He gets the money, again he helps family. But if she gets money, she puts in her own pocket and her own bank account. That's Islamic rule, by the way. So, who is richer? This boy or this? Whatever he gets, he gives to family. Whatever she gets is hers. That's Islamic regulation, Islamic law. Now, if you want to make them equal, who's going to lose? Who's going to lose? She has to go work. 50% of the mortgage and bills, water, gas, food, clothing. They have to pay equally, 50-50, and they get equally 50-50. You think who's going to lose? I tell you, that's the beginning of destruction of the society and family, because both has to work. Man will not give any money to her. Excuse me, we are living on the same roof. You got to pay half of the rent, he will say to the woman. You have to pay half of the rent. You need shoes? It's not my business. Go work and buy your own shoes. You need car? It's not my business. Then they both have to work, they will compete. And they will, they are doing business now. They're trading, they're doing business. And children, who's going to serve children? They don't care about children. She works hard to get her dress done, her hair done, to get her shoes, to get her car, to pay her rent. They are only sharing bed, not life. Okay, that's called Western equality between wife and husband. But in Islam, it's not that. You cannot have that lifestyle in an Islamic country unless you change the foundation of that country. You cannot have foundation, religious foundation in a country, yet have Western rules. It doesn't work. It's like you are having a certain foundation for a building, but you are using different structure for that building. It doesn't work. According to the foundation, you have to build your house. If the foundation of Iran is Islamic, then you have to treat them with the same law. You cannot have foundation. You cannot say, woman, you don't work, you don't pay rent, you don't pay food, you don't do anything. You get money from your husband. He's going to pay, he's going to support. Yet, you get same percent of inheritance. That's not justice. You get my point or not? So that's one point. Other point you made, what was it?
The 4 wives.
4 wives. Islam is the only religion, my brother says, one is good for you. One is good. Qur'an says, one is good if you understand. However, you can marry up to 4. Why? There is 1 million more women in just New York. There is 30 million more women in Russia. There is 600,000 more women in Mexico. There is 400,000 more women in Japan. If one man marries one woman, what's going to do those women with no husband? Public property? They enjoy in nightclubs? Islam doesn't accept that. He says, oh man, if situation tells you that there are widowed ladies, they're orphans, they have no family, no support. If you can treat them with justice, if you can treat them kind and in an equal way, go marry 2, 3, or 4. However, marry only one. Marry one, that is good for you. There is war. Who goes to war? Man. Who goes to outside work? Who faces dangerous work situations, poisons, accidents, disease? Man. The birth rate of female is almost double the man. The birth rate. If China and India doesn't control the gender preference, if they don't have gender preference at birth, they kill female babies if they don't do that. Only in 1 year, 1 million female infant was killed in India. Only in 1 year, 1 million female infant. If they wouldn't do that, you would have lots of female, lots of women more than men. They will be outnumbered. What do you want to do with that? How are we going to solve it? Islam have solution. It says the man who can treat them justly, let them marry of their choice, 2, 3, or 4. However, one is the best. In the New Testament, in the Old Testament, in the Bible, there is no limit of number of wives for ordinary people. You can marry as many as you want. In Hinduism, nothing. Only Islam puts limit. The limiting the number of wives, putting conditions, is only in Islam. No other religion. Is it bad to offer you a solution? You have 30 more million women in Russia. Tells you, okay, the man who has financially and physiology, they have their ability, they're able to handle it, go marry with those ladies. They don't have no husband. They have right of life. That's a beautiful solution. Thank you very much.